Good evening, students. Hello.
Good
Good
evening, sir.
evening,
We just 2 or 3 minutes for other students to join this class. Okay.
Good evening,
We
sir.
are not- Just wait 2 or 3 minutes for other students. Okay.
hello.
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 Yes, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you listen me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तुम
Sir.
लोग सुनाई दे रहा?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. हाँ सर.
हेलो.
Yes, sir. सुनाई दे रहा है.
Today class course BHIC 134. Am I correct? Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Today class is 134. You have
Sir, 132 to.
134.
Yes, sir, I have 134, BHIC 134.
Hello.
Hello, sir. I have the book.
134.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है चलो पहले 134 का जो सिलेबस है वो सिलेबस लिख लीजिए। 134 का जो सिलेबस है सब अपना पेन खाता लेकर लिखो। यूनिट 1। यूनिट 1 इंटर interpreting the 18th century. Interpreting the 18th century. लक्ष्मी म्यूट करो, लक्ष्मी म्यूट करो। Interpreting the 18th century, Unit 1. Unit 2. Emergence the independent states. Emergence the independent state. Unit 3. Establishment of colonial power. Establishment of colonial power. Establishment of colonial power. Unit 4. Unit 4. Expansion. EXPANSION. Expansion and consolidation. And consolidation. CONSOLIDATION. Consolidation of colonial power up to 1857. Expansion and consolidation of colonial power up to 1857. Are you listening me, my students? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If there are some problem, you can reply. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Unit 5. Unit 5. देखो स्क्रीन में एक मैसेज आए आरसी कोलकाता से। अपना अपना
No,
नाम
sir. We have already written it.
ठीक है, जो लोग दे दिया दूसरे बात देने का कोई जरूरी नहीं है। आज आज जो क्लास हो रहा, आज क्लास में जो लोग अभी तक नहीं दिए अपना नाम, एनरोलमेंट नंबर, स्टडी सेंटर कोड या सब्जेक्ट लिखकर इन कॉल मैसेज में भेजो, यह जरूरी है। ठीक है। यूनिट 5 रिवॉल्ट ऑफ 1857। यूनिट 5 रिवॉल्ट ऑफ 1857। यूनिट 6 colonial economy. Colonial economy. डैश देकर एग्रीकल्चर, colonial economy, space, agriculture. Unit 7, colonial economy, space, trade and industry. Colonial economy, space, trade and industry. Unit 8, economic impact of colonial rule. Economic impact of colonial rule. Unit 9, socio-religious movement. Socio-religious movements in the socio-religious movement in the 19th century. Socio-religious movement in the 19th century. Unit 10, emergence and growth of nationalism. Emergence and growth of nationalism. Is there sound is clear?
Yes, sir.
Student? Okay. Unit 10, emergence and growth of nationalism. Unit 11, nationalist movement. Nationalist movement. Nationalist movements under Mahatma Gandhi. Unit 12, communalism genesis. Communalism genesis. Growth and partition of India. Unit 12, communalism genesis, space, growth and partition of India. Unit 13, advent of freedom advent of freedom, space, constituent, constituent assembly, constituent assembly, and establishment of republic. Unit 13, advent of freedom, constituent assembly, and establishment of republic. Complete.
Yes, sir.
Shreyasi, are you listen
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, sir.
Read the all units of the syllabus again,
Yes, sir.
and rest of students, please check your syllabus. Read out
Unit
safely.
Unit 1. Yes, sir. Unit 1, interpreting the 18th century.
Unit 1.
Interpreting the 18th century. Unit 2, emergence of independent states. Unit 2, emergence of independent states. Unit 3, establishment of colonial power. Unit 3, establishment of colonial power. Unit 4, expansion
But
and consolidation of colonial power up to 1857. Unit 4, expansion and consolidation of colonial power up to 1857. Unit 5, revolt of 1857. Unit 5, revolt of 1857. Unit 6, colonial economy, agriculture. Unit 7, colonial economy, trade and industry. Unit 8, economic impact of colonial rule. Unit 9, socio-religious movements in the 19th century. Unit 10, emergence and growth of nationalism. Unit 11, nationalist movement under Mahatma Gandhi. Unit 12, communalism, genesis, growth and partition of India. Unit 13, advent of freedom, constituent assembly, establishment of republic.
hello.
Hello sir, I have read all the units.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome sir.
So you see the BHIC 134, History of India 1707 to 1950. The time of this syllabus is very vast and total 13 units. All units are very important for your examination as well as understanding the Indian history, special the modern Indian history. So today uh, I shall give some important questions at first. Then I discuss the topic of the syllabus. Please write some important questions. Today and tomorrow will be a class for your BHIC 134. So, question number one. Do do you consider do you consider 18th century as a dark age in Indian history? Do you consider the 18th century as a dark age in Indian history? Okay, complete.
Yes, sir.
Now, questions number 2. Describe the expansion of Maratha power. Describe the expansion of Maratha power. Next.
Sir, can you please repeat for us?
Hello.
Sir, can you please repeat for
Samdar.
us? Sir, please repeat for us again.
Hello, Samdat. Hello.
Hello, sir. Please repeat the second question. I have not completed it.
Yes, sir.
Describe describe the expansion of Maratha power. Describe the expansion of Maratha power under Shivaji.
Okay, sir, we got it.
Under Shivaji, uh, uh, काट दो, काट के लिखो. Under the first three Peshwas. Describe the expansion of Maratha power under the three Peshwas. Peshwas. Peshwa. Okay.
Sir, PES.
Peshwas. शिवाजी कट के फर्स्ट थ्री पेशवाज लिखो. ओके. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. Discuss Sirajuddaullah's relation. Discuss Sirajuddaullah's relations. Discuss Sirajuddaullah's relation with the English East India Company. Question number 3. Discuss Sirajuddaullah's relation with the English East India Company. Question number 4. How would you explain? How would you explain how would you explain the growth of East India Company in Bengal? East India Company in Bengal. Next question is critically review the Anglo-French rivalry rivalry in South India in the 18th century. Critically review the Anglo-French rivalry in South India in 18th century.
सर और एक बार बोलिए।
18 शतक में 18 सेंचुरी में अंग्रेज और फ्रांस के बीच जो रिलेशन थे उसके बारे में लिखो साउथ इंडिया में। क्रिटिकली रिव्यू द एंग्लो फ्रेंच रिवाइवल इन साउथ इंडिया इन 18th century. Next, critically review next questions. Trace the circumstances leading to the grant of Diwani in Bengal. Trace the circumstances leading to the grant of Diwani in Bengal. Same questions. Continue. Analyze its historical significance.
Sir, can you repeat it slowly?
Trace The circumstances. Circumstances. Circumstances leading to the grant of Diwani in Bengal. Grant of Diwani. Diwani. Diwani in Bengal. Dot. Continue the same questions. Analyze its historical significance. Next questions. Why did Lord Cornwallis introduce why did Lord Cornwallis introduce the permanent settlement? Why did Lord Cornwallis introduce the permanent settlement? Continue the same questions. How did affect the rural or agrarian society? How did affect the rural or agrarian society?
So, is it agrarian?
Agrarin, agrarian. Agrarin. Next questions. Describe the Anglo-Mysore. Describe the Anglo-Mysore relation during the second half of 18th century. During the second half of 18th century. Dot. Same questions continue. How would you explain? How would you explain the success of Hyder Ali and the failure of Tipu Sultan? Again, I repeat the questions. Describe the Anglo-Mysore relation during the second half of 18th century. Dot. Continue the same questions. How would you explain the success of Hyder Ali and the failure of Tipu Sultan? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next questions. To what extent, EXTENT, to what extent to what extent did the regulating act to what extent did the regulating act and Pitt's India Act provide a constitutional a constitutional a constitutional framework FRAME are you listening me clearly
Sir, please repeat
students?
this
सर
question.
रिपीट कीजिए एक बार क्वेश्चन.
Again I repeat.
Yes, sir.
यस
Hello.
हाँ सर रिपीट कीजिए एक बार.
The network is very bad. Very slow. Are you listen? सुनाई दे रहा?
Yes, sir.
Huh.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Now it's clear, sir. Sir, please repeat the question.
हेलो. रिपीट करेंगे लेकिन नेटवर्क कितना प्रॉब्लम हो रहा. रिपीट करने के बाद तो कोई बेनिफिट नहीं आ रहा. आप लोग सुनाई नहीं दे रहा.
नहीं सर आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा था इतना
संपर्क
देर.
साउंड क्लियर हुआ?
Yes,
हाँ
sir.
सर अभी क्लियर है.
To what to what extent Regulating Act and Pigs India Act provide a constitutional framework for the company's administration in India. I repeat the questions. To what extent did the Regulating Act and Pigs India Act provide a constitutional framework for the company's administration in India?
Sir, I think I missed some words. Sir, please slowly, sir.
Baki student, are you listening the questions?
Yes, sir. Please repeat the question number 9 that you were telling now.
Sir, slowly, sir.
कौन सा क्वेश्चंस बताओ कौन वाला क्वेश्चंस
Number 9.
अरे 9 बताओ कौन सा क्वेश्चंस
Sir, to
To
some what
what
extent?
ओह ये क्वेश्चंस मैंने 7 से 8 बार पूछा
Sir, some words are not clear, sir.
To what extent did the regulating act सुनाई दे रहा
हाँ
Yes,
सर.
sir.
To what extent did the regulating act and Pigs India Act provide a constitutional Shreyasi Samdat, are you listen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And Pigs India Act provide a constitutional framework, FRAMEWORK, framework for the company's administration in India. आज क्लास में मैं कोशिश किया सम इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस जो आपका BH IC 134 से दे दिया लेकिन और भी क्वेश्चंस हैं अगले दिन जो क्लास होगा पहले मैं वो क्वेश्चंस लिखा देंगे क्योंकि ये क्वेश्चंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है फॉर योर एग्जामिनेशन अगर तुम्हारा पास क्वेश्चंस है तो एग्जाम के प्रिपरेशन के लिए आप लोगों का एक टारगेट हो जाता है ये सारे क्वेश्चंस बनाना है ये सारे क्वेश्चंस इंपॉर्टेंट है और सिलेबस के अंदर जो आपके पास स्टडी गाइड यानी बुक्स है वहां से एक आंसर निकाल के आप प्रिपेयर कर ठीक है सो फ्यू इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम योर सिलेबस आई ऑलरेडी गिव यू और some questions I'll be give tomorrow's class. Okay.
Okay,
कितने
sir.
क्वेश्चंस आज कितने क्वेश्चंस लिखा है मैंने
9.
क्वेश्चंस 9 और 9 और 12 क्वेश्चंस होगा, 12 और 13 और भी क्वेश्चंस होगा इस सिलेबस के अंदर। मैं लिखा देंगे, ठीक है, टेंशन लेने का बात नहीं, मैं लिखा देंगे। अगली कल जो क्लास है अगले डे मैं करा देंगे, ठीक है।
सर आप
टुडे
थोड़ा समझा भी देंगे तो सर।
1 घंटे का क्लास है, इतना सारे रिपीट कर रहा हूं मैंने, ठीक है। टाइम होगा तो जरूर समझा देंगे। और उसके बाद कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो मेरा नंबर तो मैंने दे दिया पिछले क्लास में, ठीक है, मेरे साथ कांटेक्ट कर लीजिए, मैं कोशिश करेंगे आपको हेल्प करने के लिए, ठीक है। नेटवर्क कितना डिस्टर्ब कर रहा, एक क्वेश्चन लिखाने के लिए एक क्वेश्चन 2 बार 4 बार 6 बार 8 बार तक रिपीट करना पड़ेगा। तो टाइम तो
यस सर।
चला जा रहा, 1 घंटे के अंदर मेरे को पढ़ाना है, क्वेश्चंस देना है, समझाना है, सब कुछ करना है। इतना बड़ा बड़ा सिलेबस है, 17 टू 1950। तो इतना सारे टॉपिक है, 13 यूनिट्स है, हर यूनिट के अंदर बहुत सारे टॉपिक है। तो मैं कोशिश करेंगे, आप लोग हेल्प करेंगे तो मैं कोशिश करेंगे, ठीक है।
Okay, sir.
टुडे टुडे आई डिस्कस some important points or the topic of the revolt of 1857। 1857 साल में जो सिपाही विद्रोह, उसके बारे में मैं कोशिश करेंगे आज क्लास करने के लिए, अगले दिन में कंटिन्यू करेंगे। इन द रिवॉल्ट 1857 forms one of the most important chapter in the history of struggle of India freedom for liberation from the British rule। 1857 का जो रिवॉल्ट फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल इंडियन हिस्ट्री में ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर है। इट सॉक द फाउंडेशन ऑफ द ब्रिटिश एम्पायर इन इंडिया एंड at some points it seemed as through the British rule would end fall all time to came. What started merely as a Sophie mutiny soon engulfed to the peasantry and other civilian population over wide areas in northern India. The uprising was so widespread that some of the contemporary observer called it a national revolt. The heart rate of the people of the Forgans was too intense and bitter that one observer, W. H. Russell, was forced to write, how did the revolt break out? What were its causes? The main reason for this was the ruthless expansion of the Indian people by British. The British rule, which was formally established after the Battle of Plassey in 1757 in Bengal, stood to fill up the coffers of the East India Company at the expense of the Indians. The East India Company was governed by the greedy merchants and traders who could go to any extent to enrich themselves. The company was from in 1600 AD and was given a royal charter by Queen Elizabeth, which conferred on it is the exclusive privilege to trade with the East. It means aim was to assume the trade monopoly in India. It was not an ordinary merchant company from for trade, but had its train of soldiers who fought battle with the Portuguese and French trading companies in 17th and 18th century in order to establish its trade monopoly. After those revival powers had been defeated, it also tried to humble the Indian traders who offered competition. When the Battle of Plassey was on in 1757, the British successfully imposed their trade monopoly over the area under their control, eliminated competition from the Indian traders and forced the artisans to sell their products to them. The artisans are now paid too low that they could hardly survive. The legend has it that the weavers of Dhaka cut their thumbs to protest against such low payments by the East India Company for their superb work on muslin renowned for its fine texture. Now, although the trade monopoly enriched the East India Company considerably, its main source of income was now derived from the land. After enriching itself in Bengal, it spread its power in India through wars and treaties. To exact as much money as possible, it devised now system of land settlements, permanent, royatory, and mahalari, each more oppressive than the other. The permanent settlement, which was effective in Bengal Presidency and in large parts of North India, did not recognize the hereditary rights of the peasants on land which they had earlier enjoyed. The royal jamindars and the revenue collectors are now given the propriety rights on land. The cultivators were reduced to the status of simple tenants. But even the newly created landlords were not given absolute rights. Their situation was also declarably left very precarious. They had to pay the company 10 by 11 of the entire rent divide from the cultivators, and it they failed to do so. Their property was sold to others. The other land settlements were no better. In all of those, the peasant had to pay beyond their means, and they advised national shift like through the flood co- compelled them to go for loans to the moneylenders who charge exorbitant interest. This made the peasant so heavily indebted that they were ultimately forced to sell their land to those moneylenders. It is because of those, it is because of this that the moneylenders were so hated in rural society. The peasantry was also oppressed by petty officials in administrations who extracted money on the slightest pretexts. If the peasant went to the law court to seek the readers of their grievances, they were bound to be totally ruined. When the crop was good, the peasant had to pay back their past debt. If it was bad, they were further indebted. This new between the lower officials, law courts, and moneylenders created a vicious circle which made the peasantry desperate and ready to welcome any opportunity for charging of the regime. 1857 1857 जो रिवॉल्ट, ये रिवॉल्ट के जो कॉज थे, तो दोनों कॉज के बारे में मैंने अब दिखाया। पहले वाला कॉज कौन सा थे? पहले वाला कॉज थे द एक्सपेंशन ऑफ ब्रिटिश रूल इन डिफरेंट पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया फ्रॉम 1757, यानी पॉलिसी के बाद 1765 में उन्होंने ग्रांट पाया दीवानी। उसके बाद जो एनेक्सेशन कंसेप्शन, नॉर्थ इंडिया, नॉर्थ वेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया एंड साउथ इंडिया, 1600 साल में ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी फॉर्म्ड हुए और उन्होंने एलिजाबेथ एलिजाबेथ क्वीन एलिजाबेथ से एक चार्टर लेके आए, जिसके ऊपर बेस करके उन्होंने इंडिया के डिफरेंट पार्ट पर अपने जो ट्रेड स्प्रेड करने के लिए अपने राज कायम किए। और फिर तीनों लैंड सेटलमेंट, यानी परमानेंट सेटलमेंट, रायतरी सेटलमेंट एंड महालरी सेटलमेंट उन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस किए। इन 1793 लॉर्ड कॉर्नवालिस introduced the permanent settlement in Bengal. जमींदार क्रिएट किए, a group of members who help or seems to the pillar of British government, that's called जमींदार। जमींदार के हाथ में उन्होंने जो लैंड सेटलमेंट दिए थे, और जमींदार और ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी के बीच कॉन्टेक्ट था इंटरेस्ट यानी टैक्स कलेक्शन करने के लिए। और जो पेजेंट यानी कल्टिवेटर्स, उनका हाथ में कोई राइट्स नहीं थे लैंड ओनरशिप के रूप में। और महालरी और रायतरी सिस्टम एक जैसे थे, और रायतरी सिस्टम साउथ इंडिया और महालरी सिस्टम नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया। तो ये तीनों का जो सेटलमेंट का रूप और एक ही एम एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव थे, मोर एंड मोर ऑपरेशन टैक्स कलेक्शन फ्रॉम द सेटलर्स और द लैंडलॉर्ड्स। दे क्रिएट अ ग्रुप फॉर देयर ओन इंटरेस्ट and spread the British imperialism over Indians. You can say the permanent settlement, Rayatri settlement and Maharaja settlement, तीनों settlements एक ही एम एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव थे। तो इस तरीके से अपने राज कायम करने के लिए जो ऑपरेशन यानी शोषण शासन के इतिहास, इसके चाप कल्टिवेटर्स के ऊपर एंड द पीपल इन जनरल, बंगाल, साउथ इंडिया और नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया, उन्होंने अपने खोप यानी रेसिस्टेंस करने के लिए अपने तैयारी कर रहा। ठीक है, मैं स्टार्ट किया 1857 रिवोल्ट के बारे में, दोनों कॉजेस मैंने डिस्कस किया, और भी बहुत सारे इंपॉर्टेंट यहाँ से क्वेश्चंस होगा। और टॉपिक है इसका इंप्रिजमेशन, इसका रिविलियन, और इसका नेचर, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड अल्टीमेटली किस तरीके से 1857 जो रिवोल्ट थे उन्होंने फेल किया। तो मैं कोशिश करेंगे अगले क्लास में सब डिस्कस करने के लिए। ठीक है स्टूडेंट? ओके
Okay, sir.
हेलो।
Yes, sir.